Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of News for Normies. If you like this video, learn something new, or just want to share the good news with some other people, hit the like button, subscribe, share it, all the good stuff. So with that being said, we'll get right into it. Some good news right off the top. Israel and Lebanon are agreeing to a ceasefire in the region. Hopefully it's a lasting one, because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of my tax dollars going to fund both sides of a war in the Middle East that we don't need to be in. So that's good to hear. Also, some somewhat good news. The New York case against Trump is going to be thrown out without prejudice, meaning the case could essentially be reopened once Trump leaves the White House again. We've got 4 years until anything like that may happen, so who knows? But the fact that they are even leaving that door cracked a little bit open has me a little concerned. What doesn't have me concerned is Walmart has officially done away with their DEI initiatives within the company. Seems like they've finally realized that if you go woke, you go broke. Hey Disney, I'm talking directly to you here. Take some freaking notes. People like me are tired of your woke bullshit in all your movies. And I can't stand the Avengers movies anymore because you put ham-fisted woke BS in it every single time. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just surprises me how, people on the left just still can't wrap their mind around this. They can't admit that they were wrong. And that leads me to the next point. The CEO of Axios Media was recently on video, on camera, losing his mind over independent media, and claims that places like X and popular podcasts aren't real media. I guess because they don't have a degree in journalism or whatever. But newsflash, bud, your organization is sinking quickly, and that should be a major red flag to tell you that you're no longer the mainstream media anymore. Like I talked about last week, MSNBC saw in their key demographics over that weekend. Now, it's key demo, not the whole weekend, but their key demo was 28,000 views in their ratings. Like, the podcasts on YouTube are getting way more than that. Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro, Jimmy Dore, the PBD podcast, like, all these people who have no huge corporate overlords are getting much better ratings than you. So that should tell you you're doing something wrong. And that leads me to the next point here. The Kamala Harris campaign has been caught paying corporate media outlets before having friendly interviews with them. Now, this was during the election cycle here. Two big examples of this was that the Harris campaign paid Al Sharpton and Oprah Winfrey upwards of $1 million each before having interviews with the both of them. So it doesn't surprise me that when you have to pay for your friends, it comes off as fake. And it's no wonder that people don't trust the institutions anymore, because people can clearly see through it, and they want authenticity. That's exactly why when Donald Trump went on Joe Rogan's podcast, he could talk for 3 hours and hold a conversation. You may not like what he said, but the fact that he could hold a conversation on his own shows that the man, is somewhat authentic in some way. And same with J.D. Vance. He went on like 2 days after Trump or whatever it was, and had a 3-hour conversation. That was a very good conversation, by the way. So, yeah. Point is, people are seeing through the smoke and mirrors, and they want something else. That might explain, too, why the DNC has laid off approximately 2/3 of their employees at a federal level. I mean, when y'all screwed up that bad, it shows now. It just it boggles my mind, and I know I've said this again and again, how these people claim to be so educated and they can't see the error of their ways. On that note, the Denver mayor said he is willing to go to jail over Trump's ambitions to deport illegal aliens. Now, to be fair here, he came out and tried to be, this big tough guy at first, and then kind of walked back some of his statements a little bit, but he still kind of has this air about him that he's willing to go to jail should Donald Trump try to deport illegal aliens, people who committed a crime just by entering the country. And, despite what people on the left will tell you, a sizable majority, or not majority, but a sizable number of people that come into the country illegally also go on to break other laws in our country. See all of the illegal aliens that are currently in custody in, our prisons here in the United States who've gone and committed violent crimes and stuff like that. If you want to deport anybody, you could start there. But, the corrections officer unions might have a problem with that because, you have less people in prison, then the prisons get less funding, and then, the CEOs are out of a job. So, hey, newsflash, that's also why marijuana laws have been the way they've been for a long time. Just so you know. Speaking of illegal immigration into the country, though, Trump has recently pledged to implement a 25% tariff on goods coming from Mexico and Canada in order for them to curb illegal immigration into the United States. Since this announcement, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Castro, he called Trump to negotiate things about tariffs, and the president of Mexico had said that the migrant caravans will stop. Don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but I don't care. As long as the job gets done, it gets done. And finally, last bit of news from this week. Trump has continued to announce his nominees for, federal level administrators and cabinet positions and the like. Two of his newest picks are Pam Bondi for Attorney General, since Matt Gaetz stepped down from that nomination, and Jeanette Nashiwat, I think is how you pronounce that, for Surgeon General. These two picks are actually very bad picks, because Pam Bondi has had a very bad record when it comes to firearm policy and the Second Amendment as a whole. One big one is that she has fully supported red flag laws in the past, which is a big no-no. And Jeanette Nashiwat was in full support of lockdowns and continued vaccinations for COVID-19 during the pandemic. As we all know, the COVID-19 vaccines had varying levels of efficiency depending on your age, your health status, and things of that nature. But it clearly made sense to a lot of people, a lot of everyday people, that getting 4, 5, 6 jabs just didn't make any sense, especially after you got the virus. So I encourage everybody watching this to contact their senators, because these are just nominees. They are not set in stone at all, because Trump has not been inaugurated yet. But contact your senators and politely let them know your concerns about these two picks, and also kindly but firmly remind them that their decisions have consequences, and should they confirm these nominees, they should expect to see primary challengers in the next election cycle. If you want to get politicians motivated to do something, that's how you do it. See Brandon Herrera v. Tony Gonzalez down in Texas, and Tony Gonzalez had to spend like $10 million compared to Brandon Herrera's $1 million, and Tony Gonzalez won by like 400 votes. So when you challenge these politicians, they actually, get in line with Americans' interests. So It's a pretty short one this week because we had Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday with family, friends, loved ones. Um, be nice to your retail employees you encounter while you're out and about this holiday season, this Christmas season, when you're out shopping and whatnot. And just keep on keeping on, people. So, with all that being said, I will see you all next time.